time. But I was so adamant about what I was doing and so forceful about people sitting down that at this point I don't have an explanation. However, Chris Burton and myself have just been chatting about this, and the image is time-coded on this, and also everything that Chris films is time-coded. So we can tell at the exact point that I took the photograph what was going on in that room.
Now, the other experiments tonight are going to be interesting, I'm sure, because every night you have a new bit of kit or you're using it in a different way. What are you hoping to do this evening?
Well, there's a couple of things. I'm going to be focusing on infrasound tonight, which is low-frequency sound, essentially, and I'm going to be running an experiment that the rest of the team are not aware of. I can't really say any more than that because I don't want to give too much away, because there are a few ears here listening while I'm talking. One of the other experiments is quite a scary one to do with a priest. We've got a priest mannequin set up and a chair, and it's associated with a particular haunting, and it's psychologically it is genuinely scary. That's all I can say. Even just seeing how it's set up, it really looks scary.
Can't wait. Kieran, thank you very much. Great night last night for techie stuff. It's going to be another great night tonight. Yeah. Give it up for Kieran O'Keefe. Now, time for us to take another break. On the way, well, a lot more, including catching up with Yvette and Carl again, and Brian Shepherd has done more of his psychic art at tonight's location. What will that reveal as we continue our search for evil, dark phantoms tonight? It's all on the way here on Living, coming up after this.
Sometimes when we're doing the live you can get locations which are right next door, but quite often they're usually 2, 3, 4, 5 miles away, sometimes even longer. You know, they can be 30, 40 miles away. We're really lucky because that's where our studio is, and literally a 2-minute walk is where our venue is. Join us after the break and find out what makes me run in fear other than most haunted. There is one thing that makes me run in fear every time it happens, is when I hear a large wind sound happening. It goes above our house, and then you hear like screeching of brakes, the rustling of a broom, and then the slow rap on the front door as Elvira, Yvette's mum, turns up.
Welcome back to Most Haunted Live. It's night 5 of 7. We're in the heart of Merseyside in St George's Hall, and the team are on another investigation tonight at 9 in search of dark phantoms, all leading up and building up to our climax on Friday night when we're in search of demons. What will the team find? What will you tell the team via Interactive? I'll be updating you right the way through the evening until midnight. Keep your sightings and messages coming, and I'll tell you how to get in touch in a few minutes' time. Now, we'll be catching up with Yvette and Carl in a few minutes' time, and earlier Carl brought us his first behind-the-scenes reports, including chair racing. What's going to happen next? Let's have a look.
Yvette's just bringing up the rear. Bringing up the rear. And what a lovely rear she's bringing up. Sometimes when we're doing the live you can get locations which are right next door, but quite often they're usually 2, 3, 4, 5 miles away, sometimes even longer. You know, they can be 30, 40 miles away. We're really lucky because that's where our studio is, and literally a 2-minute walk is where our venue is.
Where are we going?
How do we get in there? In there, through here. I know at this present moment that Paul is inside preparing to link to us now, because it's a very quick link. We've got to run inside, we've got to start the investigation. I need now to make sure everyone is in the right place for us to start, and after that anything can happen. So I'm going to have to ask you to go away now while I start work. Take it easy, thanks a lot. 4, 5,
Do you think Carl will look after you tonight?
Hopefully, yeah. I hope we're not
have been a coffin or anything like that, but you never know.
What a way to make a living, eh? And some people call it worse. See ya.
And here is the man himself, Carl Beattie with Yvette Fielding. Welcome back, you two. Carl, did you enjoy making those films?
It was a lot of fun, actually. I think it just proves to everyone out there that I actually do run this whole thing on my own and get no help from anybody.
So, Yvette, it's your turn next time.
Absolutely. Can't wait.
Now, we've got some phone calls for you, so if you don't mind, we're going to go back to the phones.
Okay.
And Alex is in Middlesex. Hello, Alex.
Hi, Julian. Hi, Yvette and Carl.
Yeah, what's your question?
Hi.
What do you think's given you the biggest fright and made you scream the loudest?
In fact, it was the last live seeing Yvette's mum in the audience.
Do you know, there's no need. Stop that now.
It was frightening, Sue.
Apologise.
She had a funny hairdo.
Say, I'm sorry.
Don't she hairdo? She frightens me.
They
She
will
got one
be.
of those pointy finger things going on.
Oh, for goodness sake.
No, probably. In fact, it was at the Ancient Ram Inn for me, and it was watching Stuart be taken off his feet by something you couldn't see, and basically beaten up. And it was the aftermath of that, which no one else has seen, is the welts all over his body where he was basically seemingly punched and kicked to almost oblivion. And it took he had to take a lot of time off, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Really scary, really frightening.
What about you?
And what about you, Yvette?
I don't know. There's been that many. Yeah, there's been that many scary situations I've been in. I can't really think off the top of my head. I suppose Pendle Hill will always be a scary investigation that we did. Denby was fantastic, the last live. And to be honest with you, last night was very frightening to the point where I went back to the hotel room and I couldn't sleep. And I kept saying to Carl, I'm really frightened, and me and Kath were really scared. Yeah, I think it's the worst Ouija board we've ever done, i.e. scary-wise. It was quite frightening.
Interesting. Alex, thanks for coming on the show. How are you watching the show tonight?
I'm going to be watching it just later on. Unfortunately, I've got work in the morning, so I've got to go to bed soon.
So you're going to catch up with it
Oh,
later
no,
on?
Alex!
Yeah,
No,
no.
stay up, Alex, stay up!
I'll
Well, Alex,
try. I'll try my best.
Yeah, whenever you see it, enjoy it, and
All
thank
right.
you for coming on tonight. Alex in Middlesex. Now, next call for you, Carl and Yvette. Mandy is in Hampshire. Hi, Mandy.
Hi Julian, hi Yvette, hi Carl.
And what's your question?
Hi,
Hello,
Mandy.
Hi, my question is, how do you think Most Haunted has changed since your first live event?
That's a good one. Yvette.
Wow, it's
Blimey.
changed dramatically. I mean, the first live event we did 3.5 hours, didn't we? And in one night, and we thought we had achieved something massive, which we had done. It was the first of its kind then. But now to be able to do 7 full nights, and it's so nice to get. We've had the full backing of Living, obviously, and now, and it's such a great thing to be able to be allowed to get into the investigation for a full 7 nights. And I think that's why we get so much more phenomena and a lot of stuff happening to us that we wouldn't have got otherwise.
Yeah, and it gives us more to work with as well. Say 7 nights, you can, think about it editorially and as a story, and what we're going to do on this night, this night, and this night, and that's where myself and Carl are thinking of more experiments to fit into the 7 nights, and it's a real adventure. Really look forward to doing it. So when we look back at that first night, the first live we did in Dudley, actually makes me giggle a bit, really, because we came off air like you said and went, blimey, I can't believe you've just done that.
And I think now we're looking at things a lot more scientifically, which I know Kieran loves, and we love as well, because it's something that we want to show everyone, that we're trying to cover every aspect of paranormal investigation, which is not just what we see, feel and touch, but the science as well, what's behind it.
Well, Mandy, thank you for the question. Good one. And have a good night tonight. All the best. Mandy from Hampshire.